What do you make of Big Sleep?
I think they took a different technical direction, but they've put a lot of time and energy into it, and they have a lot of resources, and it looks good, right? Like it also looks like they've found a lot of bugs. I know that I saw a tweet earlier this week where one of the developers was like, "I'm really proud of the bugs it's finding in Quick.js because it says our model can reason over complicated JavaScript." And I'm like, "That's cool. That's awesome." I think
I
we
don't think
find
I can
different
do that.
bugs. I mean, I took some classes. I took Amy Burnett's class not too long ago, and so I can reason over JavaScript, but not. It's not fun for any of us to do, right? So I would just say, like, I think Big Sleep has a different technological take. I think it's the wrong take, as you've heard me at Offensive AI Con say, like, look, I just don't think fuzzing is part of the picture right now. I think reasoning is part of the picture. The reality is they have a good model, right? Like in theory, they have models, they can run them, they can spend energy and time on it, and they have a good security team that knows what they're doing
It
with triage.
is fuzzing the wrong thing. So this is actually a pretty interesting kind of holy war, I feel, in some of the Vuln development circles. And like, I don't know that any of us really can speak to it, or the three of us can speak to it. But it's so fascinating to me how much folks like there is this divide, right? Like the static analysis, you need to kind of reason over these things and understand what's going on versus the like, bitter lesson. No, we're just gonna fuss the absolute shit out of these code bases, which I think Google has kind of really taken to the extreme in sort of bug finding and having P0. But you seem staunchly against the notion of fuzzing. Like, is that the in this context? Is that the thing that's sort of separating from the big sleep approach? And like, why are you so against it in developing this stuff?
Well, let me just, I mean, I would almost pose it as another question, right? Which is like, what is the most energy efficient way to reason over code? And fuzzing is reasoning, right? And I think there's nothing wrong with fuzzing and actually building the harnesses that they've built for all those open source libraries allows them to validate bugs at scale in a really important way and have a really like when Big Sleep finds a bug in FFmpeg or something by crashing something, that's fantastic, right? Like it's a they can see exactly the path it takes from input to crash, and that's amazing. It has weaknesses though, and I think the best way to reason over code is to reason over the code. And being I think you introduce noise into the system when you add other things to it. A different take, but part of it's me believing in the models, and that's almost a religious feeling, when you look at the exponentials that most model labs are seeing.